So at the start of our mentorships, we do a trader personality test with everyone.
Yeah.
Can you remember which one you were?
Yes, I was a mixture. I was amiable.
Yeah.
And I was analytic.
Brilliant. Yeah. So just for our listeners, there are 4 types of personality types when it comes to trading: analytical, amiable, driver, and expressive. Almost forgot there. Expressives. Those are the 4 personality types. So drivers are very, very driven. They want to win. That's their goal in life. They want to win. They want to be the best. They want to achieve. They want to win. Expressives want to have fun. That's their primary focus in life. They want to have fun. They want to enjoy themselves. So they want to learn to trade. So they've got money to do fun things, drive fast cars and all of that.
Yeah.
The amiables are very people orientated. They like to go with the crowd, generally do what other people are doing. They're very good at following instructions. The analyticals just want data, information. They're also slower at making decisions, like the amiable, whereas drivers and expressives are very quick at making decisions. And analyticals will tend to find it harder to press that button because they'll always find a reason through their analytical brains to not press the button. So those are kind of the 4 main personality types. Do you remember which one you were?
Driver.
Driver, yeah. Just want to win. Yeah.
Just want to do as many trades as possible, as quickly as possible. I want them to finish as quickly as possible. When they keep going for days, I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Wish I could fast forward time.
Yeah.
Move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think I was quite fortunate in my backtesting, because in doing that research, because I had to do quite a lot to understand it. I think I did. I'm about to tell a lie. I'm not very good at lying. Yes, I think I did 120.
Yeah, I definitely remember it was over 100.
Yeah, of the first strategy. And within that process, of course, there were several trades that, before they did either one thing or another, were well over a month.
Yeah.
Really?
And so I thought, that's going to happen when I'm live trading. These things can go on. I know very often people say if you do something and it's not done something in a month, then you should think about, is this really a relationship, or should you really say goodbye? But I watch very carefully how long things go, and also I made a decision, which may be right, may be wrong, that once I placed a trade, if I was going to learn about it, I was going to leave it and see what happens. So even if I'm thinking, should I come out of this, should I not come out, I don't, because that continues my learning.
Yeah. Just set and forget. Yeah.
Just watch it and say, okay. And if it does do something weird, you think, I wonder why it did that something weird.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
So not that either of you asked.
What are you,
but
Lewis?
Thank you very much. I'm an expressive, so I'm very people orientated. I'm very quick to make decisions, and I just want to have fun, which is probably why I set up a community, because the idea of just doing it solo does not interest me whatsoever. I want to engage with other people. I'm a bit of driver as well, but predominantly I'm expressive. One of my old mentors used to make a joke that I would turn up to the opening of an envelope because I just want to be involved.
Yes.
So that's my
So you
personality.
love a bit of networking. That's
Love a
why
bit
you
of
do the
networking.
socials, the trips. Yeah. But that's great. Not many other people do that, do they? You don't find that in trading, really.
No. I want to have fun. I want everyone to get on. I want everyone to have a good time. That's what I like, and I want to see everyone do well.
Yeah.
Whereas drivers just like to do well themselves. They're less interested. Obviously, you can be a nice driver like Sophie is.
Such a nice
Yes,
driver.
you are very nice. You are. But they're more focused on just winning.
Yeah.
If other people win, great, but they want to win. Whereas expressives like me, we want to see everybody do well, because then we have more people to have fun with. Which is the primary goal. Sorry, go Crispin.
No, all I was going to say is, and as well, the fact that you decided that as part of what you were going to be was someone who imparted your knowledge to other people as a kind of natural teacher and mentor and a carer for other people. You want to see how they get on.
Yeah.
So to be able to do that, you need to be in a community to get feedback on, is what I'm teaching working, but also is it developing these people as traders who feel confident to do it? Because I can very well imagine that someone starting out without support and help is going to get frightened and just give up.
Yeah. And part of the strength of being part of a community is you see other people doing well. You're like, okay, they can do it, I can do it. And that is really, really powerful than just trying to self-teach and do it completely solo.
Yes.
And that I do want to see how people do. I want them to do well. And I remember when I first started star trading, obviously I've been trading for a while. I've been teaching under the Robert Kiyosaki brand previously and seeing people make a success. But I was definitely nervous because I was like, well, what if for whatever reason, because I've now gone out on my own, people don't make a success using what I'm teaching them? So for the first 3 to 6 months, I was nervous. I was like, am I a charlatan? Does this actually work? Even though I had the track record already. So it's very nice, especially as every month goes by and we have more people trading live and being successful, that feeling gradually starts to dissipate because our system does just work, and when people work it correctly.
Yeah. And the thing about mentoring is, if you mentor someone, you can give all the knowledge possible, but you don't know whether they're going to go and make it happen.
Yeah.
And I think to make that successful, they need to have accountability, and they need homework, and they need goals. Because if you can give someone knowledge and then they go off and they might not have the confidence or the tools, but your community does that, you have, right, come back every week and show us your homework, we'll get you on to the next step. You've got the confidence, the accountability. So.
Yeah. It's partly because we have an ethos, which is knowledge is great, application is better. So knowledge is only part of the equation. Yes, you need to have the knowledge there, but if you don't know how to apply that knowledge, or you're not applying that knowledge, there's no point having it. So knowledge is okay, application is better. So that's what we move people very quickly into application.
Yes, you have to take action at some point to do it, and also you have to see what the results of your action has been, because that's the only way you can build confidence. I must admit, it may be part of my personality, but when I'm going for a trade, I tend to go for if I say a one-to-one, is that going to confuse people?
No, people, if you've been to Forex in 5 or you've watched the podcast, you should know.
Well, I tend to do a lot of one-to-ones. Because I'd rather that they, and I don't worry if that trade then went on and I could have had a 2-to-1. I don't worry about that, because for my confidence, I need a lot of successful trades. And I feel a bit frustrated if I've gone for a 1 to 1.25 and then it doesn't succeed. But if I'd gone to a 1 to 1,
it would have done.
It would have done it. And I'm saying, that's right. So I think that's because you've got to build confidence.
And that's the safety element of the more analytical and amiable personality types.
Yes, that's true.
Whereas a driver and expressive would be like, I want glory, I want fame, so they'll go for a 10 to 1, where maybe the market's only giving them a 2 for 1. But that's the way we're wired. We're like, it can do that. So we're more naturally greed leaning in our trading, whereas Amiables and Analyticals are more naturally fear leading in their trading.